In the fast food industry, you learn how to work hard and play hard. McD's ain't no exception. At McD's, the dedicated employees who tack on everyday high rush hours must be a part of an elite squad. I'm one of them. This is my story, the secret life of a McDonald's worker.
Very on point, on brand with the secret life of a McD's worker. Let's get into uniform policies, everybody. So y'all know what to wear on the job, and you're doing it the right way, the appropriate way. So let's get into it and let's stay lovely. Welcome everyone to my second episode of A Secret Life of a McD's worker, aka ex-McD worker, aka an alumni, me, Tyler, the lovely boy here on this side of the internet, here on the land of YouTube, of course. Welcome everyone, and let's get started about talking today about your McD's uniform and what you to expect to wear, the policies around them are, and things of that nature. Everything that I still remembered since I resigned from my job pretty much about 2 months back now. And since with that being so recent, of course, I would still know per location. Of course, I worked in many McD locations. I would know per location of how the uniform policies would and should go as. And of course, check in your location's community guidelines on the uniform policy to see what yours are particularly. And of course, feel free to always ask your GM, your managers on your shift, and even the manager or supervisor operating your orientation, of course. So yes. So let's get down to basics. So basically, a McD's uniform should consist of a McD's shirt, your pants, and what type of color of pants that are permitted, to be worn while on your shift. And of course, not slip resistant shoes, most likely black, of course, and your McD's cap, just like mine, of course. And besides that, usually at a lot of McD's, they do allow you to dye your hair any color that you like to, of course. But at some certain locations, they would like you to keep it more on the natural side. It's a very diverse place to work at McD's. So even if it's like blonde hair you want to do and things of that nature, you're able to dye your hair these natural colors. You can dye it blonde to red and things of that nature. Basically, all the colors that we know to be common natural hair colors, you're able to do. But usually for a lot of locations, if it's like a very odd color, pink and blue, some places permit it and some other people's locations don't permit it. So I'm here to let you know about that, of course. And of course, go into policies about piercings, this and so forth. Some locations do allow them, some don't. And of course, usually at a good amount of locations, you're allowed to wear a bracelet, especially if you're not working with food in the back. When you do work with food, they would want you to take off bracelets and things, this, that, and so forth, so it won't fall into food as you're making the food while you're on training doing that. And of course, you're allowed to wear necklaces, of course, especially if it's very minimum accessories. And with that, you can very much diversify your look, very much customize your look, and pretty much be your own unique self. And that's why I really pride myself on, and why I really love McD's for, in the sense of I could really just be my true authentic self. And I really love their fashion. I love the color coordinated outfits with like red and blues here and there. Very cool, and gets a little bit retro sometimes when I feel like a old school and like the olden day timeline McD's type of worker. Like I'm now working in the 80s based off the fashion sense of the uniforms that they're dishing out for us nowadays. But yeah, and a little perk just to let anyone know who's a new McD's worker, no matter what age you are, of course. Sometimes they'll do little things where you can pretty much take out your paycheck and get like new threads for your uniform if you need multiple shirts, or maybe multiple McD pants that some stores provide, or even shoes as well, non-slip resistant shoes. They'll do it on the house and just take it out of your paycheck, of course. Or you can get them on your own from a third-party source like Walmart, Target. Usually your location should have pretty much coupons to get money off on those things, or even like a McD's discount type of perk website where you can log on to with your McD user ID number and your password and be able to get in on those perks and deals. And especially for other discounted places like at hotels for when you travel, movie tickets, this and so forth. Always ask your GM or manager about these said things, because these are great perks to really take great advantage of, especially when you're off the clock. But yeah, again, when you're able to take part in getting new threads, of course, it can be for your current uniform, getting duplicates, or it can be for fancy, attire that they'll let you wear on the job, like this doohickey right here. I actually saw one of my mini McD job I worked at recently I want to say last year, of course, coming into this new year. Someone was actually wearing this shirt at another McD's I was working at. I believe it was a GM of sorts. And usually when you do work at McD's, sometimes you'll see your GM or district supervisor just come in. Sometimes you may not know that that's their title of the place because they're pretty much, not wearing a particular uniform, or if it's like a manager type of uniform, because for them, it's a little bit more different, of course, of what their dress policy is based off their title, of course. But with something like this, of course, I actually bought it myself. I plan on getting more Mickey D merch, of course, y'all. I think it's really cool in the sense of like, I am McDonald's since I was a kid, so very much a 90s baby, 1994 born. Yes, sirree, very millennial much. But yeah, I really put into my own money to get this personal Big Mac sweater, and you can always go to the certified vendor website right here for Mickey D's, of course, and get your own personal Mickey D's merch, from Stanley cups or look-alike Stanley cups that has the Mickey D logo on there with nice patterns and creative designs. You can get nicely designed chargers that look like Grimace, of course, I've seen on there multitude of times. You can get French fried Mickey D coated, earbuds, of course, and you can get a whole slew of things. You can get a lot of different type of graphic tee crew necks showing the old traditional mascot crew of McDonald's from like the 90s to early 2000s bunch. And I really think that's a great website just to shop at and just to really show, like what type of fast food joint that you really love to rep a lot. And for me, it's Mickey D's, and there's a lot of merch of that, and I can't wait to do that. And you can get the enamel pins on there too. Let me take off my hat. They're sparkling, glittery. The rainbow's my personal own, of course. But yes, I bought this and the French fry one myself. See the glitter? And of course, in my line of experience, sometimes they can, pretty much gift you out these enamel pins as good, hardworking employees and things of that nature. Of course, again, it depends on the location and how everyone runs their own type of operation. And usually at a lot of McDonald's, they'll have this catalog book to that certified vendor website where you can make in-house orders at your store, and they'll be sure to get in the mail and give it to you on your next shift. But if you want it sent to your house, you can make your own account, of course, on your own time, where you can wear these merch out and about while you're off shift, or even when you're on shift. Because let me tell you this one last thing, as long as it have the Mickey D arch on it, you're allowed to wear it. And honestly, each location has their different permissions for that. I've worked at places where only the store that issues out these creative like crew necks or like uniform based shirts or anything that has M on it, they'll let you know when you're like allowed to wear, or if you're allowed to wear whenever on any shift, especially for hats. And there's other places that are like, hey, if you bought it and it has the McDonald's logo on it, the arches, you can wear it. And I've worked at those places as well too. And I love just coming there repping like my different crew necks and just so for being like my unique self. Some employees may have thought like I was gifted these things from the GM or managers or supervisors on different shifts. But no, I buy it from my hard working Mickey D's paycheck money, of course. But yeah, and of course for those gals out there, they have like nice fancy scrunchies and claw clips at that too for your hair. And I can say for the most part, I was gifted this by my last GM, of course, the McDonald's I resigned from 2 months ago, from last Christmas, of course. I have a nice Christmas gift, hopefully to wear that at some point in time in this collection video of a secret life of a McDonald's worker, maybe around Christmas time, or maybe in the next video, who knows? I'll think about it. But yes, hopefully that was like a fast, introduction and me talking to you guys about the uniform policies here and there, of course, and things of that nature. I feel like I went through it really fast, but of course, always, and I, want to get this out there to people, point out to people, don't be afraid to ask your GM or manager or supervisors any questions at all about what the uniform policy is, what they allow, and what's not allowed, of course, so you'll be able to run your shift smooth as possible while being your true authentic self and things of that nature, you know what I'm saying? You know, and I know like hair dye is the biggest one, and of course piercings is the biggest one when it comes to really expressing yourself, you know, at any Mickey D restaurant, of course. When you're a teenager, a college student, to a young adult, or an older person just living their life and you're just a happy-go-lucky Mickey D's employee, just doing your dang thing on every one of your chefs. But besides that, you can always come back to me for answers, hopefully, here and there. But I feel like I, you know, pretty much covered every basis that needs to be covered when it comes to this, because again, this is by my own experience and what I would, you know, come into dealing with, you know, every single day on my shifts. And I can tell y'all, I've been working for Mickey D's for 8+ years in different states and locations. And yeah, but I leave y'all in a do, of course. Kisses for everyone around the world, of course. Peace and love to everyone out there. Hopefully you enjoyed my Mickey D's episode 2 video about uniform policies. So I hopefully hope to get more in depth and we may get into some aspects about food or cashier work in our next episode for episode 3. Stay tuned, of course, y'all. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see y'all later, okay? Ciao, and stay lovely.
Ba 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 ba. I'm loving it. Stay lovely.